Our chemical reaction we did was tums, or antacids, neutralized with stomach acid. The type of reaction this is called combustion because it makes products containing CO2 and H2O. It is also a neutralization reaction because it is neutralizing the two chemical equations. Written out, the formula is calcium carbonate plus 2 hydrogen chloride. On the reactant side, turning into calcium chloride plus dihydrogen oxide plus carbon dioxide on the product side. For the elements, we used objects to represent each one. For calcium, we used tums. For carbon, we used purple micanites. For oxygen, we used toothpicks. For hydrogen, we used marshmallows. And for chlorine, we used yellow micanites to visually diagram the chemical reaction. The equation is not balanced originally. The pre-balanced equation is CaCO3 plus HCl
neutralizes to make CaCl2 plus H2O plus CO2. On the reactant side, the pre-balance is calcium 1, carbon oxide 3, hydrogen 1, and chlorine 1. And on the product side, the pre-balance is calcium 1, carbon oxide 2, hydrogen 2, and chlorine 2. During this diagram, there is meant to be a single yellow micanite on the reactant side to visual the chlorine next to the hydrogen. The balanced equation is CaCO3 plus 2HCl neutralizes to make CaCl2 plus H2O plus CO2. The balanced reactants and products are now calcium 1, carbon oxide 3, hydrogen 2, and chlorine 2. The carbon is 1 and the oxygen is 3. We can now see that the equation is balanced because the added hydrogen and chlorine to the reactant side to even out the equation. In the equation, there is one polyatomic ion. It is carbonate, or CO3. The types of bonds involved in this reaction are ionic and covalent bonds. The electron negativity between calcium and carbonate is ionic because there is a greater difference between them than 1.7. Between hydrogen 2 and oxygen, there is a 0.7 difference in electronegativity, so it is a covalent bond. The difference in electron negativity between 2 hydrogen and chlorine is 1.2, so it is an ionic bond. The electronegativity between carbon and oxygen 2 is 4.5, so it is an ionic bond. This is used when you take tums or antacid that are neutralizing to absorb agents taken to relieve heartburn or indigestion caused by excess stomach acid.